If you've ever had a really great idea, got super excited about it, and then completely ghosted on your plan, this video is for you. If you missed it, check out video 1 and 2, where we talked about how to tap into your inner authority, that ability to take action even when fear is present. In video 2, we dove into neural response loops, how you associate pain and pleasure with meeting certain goals, and we talked about how to rewire those response loops so that you associate pleasure with all of the things you actually want to accomplish. Today is the final piece of this 3-part series, and we are going to talk about how to condition ourselves so that maintaining momentum when we get an idea comes naturally and feels easy. I don't want you to continue in this stop and start I see so many people in. If you are already inside Kootenay Mom Life Community, you know that we use the 1-1-1 momentum method, and that works really well, but we're gonna dive even deeper beyond this. And if you're not inside Kootenay Mom Life Community, what are you even doing? You gotta get inside and be surrounded by like-minded women that are crushing their online business goals. Not only do you have the 15-day step-by-step, everything you need to do to create, launch, and sell your very first digital product, but you also have the mindset to be successful. And don't worry, there's no fluff, no bullshit inside of this course and community, just real action steps and real support. How I'm gonna teach you how to hardwire consistency in base methods. No white knuckling, no waking up at 4 a.m., just brain-based science and strategy, things you can implement easily and integrate into your day-to-day. Because as a busy mom of 3, I know that adding more to your plate is probably not feasible and something that you would associate pain with instead of pleasure. So I have designed all of these videos to be something simple that you can integrate into your day-to-day and barely notice, because it's not going to take up time. Let's first start about why you don't follow through. It's very important to understand that the reason you don't follow through, it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're unmotivated, because honestly, if you're waiting for motivation to start anything, it's never gonna happen. Most of the time, every single person, even the people running freaking marathons, they're unmotivated. It's because we've rewired and we've tapped into these unconscious abilities to move towards our goals and to take action, even when we don't want to. We are going to train the brain. The brain can be trained, and you're flipping the script instead of letting your brain train you, because I don't know if you guys have heard this, and I've talked about this in past videos, but your brain lies to you constantly. You cannot believe anything your brain tells you, because your brain tells you things that are based on how you associate pain and pleasure, and those are not always true. I want you to think about cigarette commercials. How many people started smoking, even though we knew the harmful effects of cigarettes? Your brain would still tell you when the cigarette commercial popped on, ooh, yeah, I should smoke. I should go have a cigarette. It's sexy. It's gonna make me feel good. I'm gonna be skinny. This is the thing. Your brain is complete lying to you, because your brain actually knows, ooh, cigarettes are bad for you, but because you associated pleasure through advertisement and the way that the media can convince you to do just about anything, your brain lied to you. That's why we're flipping the script. You are gonna start to notice in your day-to-day life, advertisements, marketing tactics. If you are on my social media page, you will notice how I use associations of pain and pleasure in my marketing to support you and move you in a certain direction towards your goals. We're taking back control of that brain, and it's really simple. We are going to implement a 3-part formula. That's it, just 3 parts. It's going to be so easy to integrate this into your day-to-day. Step 1 is to lower the barrier. Make the task that you are avoiding, or the task that you feel unmotivated and you lose momentum on, so small, so teeny tiny that you can't fail. Your nervous system does not care. It does not know the difference between you writing an email or doing a $10,000 launch. It just wants to feel safe. If you can train your nervous system to feel safe, no matter what the task is, you are always going to be able to follow through with the momentum and the internal motivation, which I like to call your inner authority, to take action and succeed in the goal that you set out with. Now, the second part is, whatever that small task is, reward the behavior. This puts you in a dopamine response loop. So every time you reward yourself, even if it's as something as, I'm gonna spend 10 minutes on my online business today and I'm gonna write 1 email. Celebrate the 1 email. This is where I see people crash and fail on social media. I celebrate every single person that follows my account. And combined on my social media pages, I have almost 30,000 followers. Can you imagine having 30,000 people resonate with you and talk to you? What about one person? Isn't that a victory if you can reach one person? Celebrate that. This is where we lose ourselves in starting the online business. This is where so many people lose their momentum, lose their motivation, is nothing is good enough. Oh, I only got 14 views. I only got 200 views. Again, I'm going to repeat what I said earlier. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between one person liking your reel and 1,000 people liking your reel. So if you celebrate the one person like you would the 1,000 people, that is what's going to create the momentum, because you are training yourself to keep showing up because it's fun, it's enjoyable. You're associating pleasure with the behavior that you are trying to implement so that you can continue to follow through and be consistent. This doesn't take a lot of time to become so second nature that it's as simple as brushing your teeth. A little afterthought. Could you imagine if you showed up for your job and every single time you showed up for your job, your boss was like, "Thank you so much for showing up. Oh, I am just so grateful that you were here again." How easy would it be to go to work and show up for your job? That is what we're talking about. You might be thinking, that's ridiculous. My boss shouldn't have to do that. But what I am asking you to do is based on the science of your brain. If you take that example of being celebrated, of being appreciated, the fact that you're going to want to do more of it, that is how you can apply it to what I'm talking about here. I just really wanted to drive that home to you so that you could understand why this works and how important it is. Step 3 of this formula is tracking the win. If you have a calendar, you can write it on your calendar. If you're more of like a notes in your phone kind of girly, then write it on notes in your phone. However you want to track it, make a visual. Maybe it's as simple as writing down on a sticky note and being like, "You did this, congratulations, good freaking job." You need that hit of dopamine to tell your brain and your nervous system that this is a good thing. You need to do more of this. The more that you do of this, the better you feel. So your brain is then going to be like, yes, let's do this. And that drive, that passion that you lose when you feel like you're not getting anywhere, that's gonna come back. That is going to keep you pushing forward because you're celebrating the small stuff. I know, I told you it was gonna be simple, and you're probably sitting there not believing how simple this actually is, but it works. And I'm telling you, within days, you will see a change in your motivation, in your momentum, in your confidence, and your ability to show up. The next step to this is stacking on top of those wins. Making stackable wins forms habits. Every time you're celebrating, like, oh, one person liked my post, I got one follower, I completed one task in my online business, keep that going. Look into other areas of life where you're a win. Oh, I emptied the dishwasher before lunch. That is a huge win. Start to notice all of the little things that you're winning with and stack them up, appreciate them, feel them, have gratitude for yourself. Let's be honest, we're taught in society that you should only celebrate or be proud or brag if somebody else tells you it's okay to. You got straight A's, here's a certificate. We were conditioned this way, but that doesn't mean we need to continue to live that way. I am saying you need to look in the mirror and say, you are awesome. You are incredible. I am so freaking proud of you. I am talking about making things so small that you feel ridiculous for even celebrating them because, again, your nervous system doesn't know the difference. Some strategies we use inside of Kootenay Mom Life Community are waking up in the morning and some sort of movement, stretch, yoga, workout, whatever it is, will activate your physiological state to feel ready, to feel confident when you do any sort of planning for your online business or whatever goal you're working on. Sip a drink that you really enjoy. Associate sitting down and working on your business with something that gives you pleasure. Get that nice cup of tea. Go to the coffee shop. Maybe you do your planning while you're getting a pedicure. Associate that planning as a pleasure system, and it's going to be way easier to show up consistently. You're going to rewire that neural response loop. That planning for your business is exciting. It's pleasurable. It feels good. At the end of every single day, I have a little journal and I write what I was grateful for in the day. It doesn't have to be about yourself. I'm not going to tell you how to have gratitude, but just going to bed and being grateful is such a huge way to train your nervous system. You're not just building consistency and momentum. you're building an identity. You're building the new best version of yourself. I like to use questions because once we are getting the dopamine loops happening, it's good to activate our brain so that we're on the same page with our nervous system. Ask yourself a few questions. What's one micro action I can repeat daily that will move me closer towards my goal? How can I make myself feel rewarded immediately when I complete a task for my online business? Give yourself that instant reward. Feel it. Celebrate it. I don't want you to get lost in this whole, oh, it's positive thinking. It's not positive thinking. What we're talking about is rewiring our associations with pain and pleasure and rewarding the smallest things that we do to ingrain them in us with pleasure. Because when you are rewarded, it's pleasurable, right? When somebody celebrates you or when you feel accomplished, it's pleasurable. Why not celebrate every small thing? This is exactly how I built my business without burning out. I have seen so many $5, $6, $7, $8 million business owners burn their business to the ground because of burnout. Do you know why? Because they never stopped to celebrate. They always just reached for that next income goal. In the beginning, you lay this foundation, you are going to have a successful, thriving, profitable business for life. This is exactly what we dive deep into inside Kootenay Mom Life. If you want all the details, I'm gonna link that below. This community isn't just strategy, it is mindset and support. No, you're not gonna get an AI robot of myself. I'm gonna be there showing up, cheering you on, calling you forward. That's my nice way of saying calling you out and making sure that you are pushing towards your goals every single day. Make sure you subscribe because in the next video, I'm gonna break down 3 different approaches to starting your online business and take out that overwhelm so that you don't overcomplicate it and you feel empowered that this is something you can do. As always, I have an unwavering belief in your potential and I wish you nothing but success.